So I've been very lucky to call the Sultanate of Oman my home for 19 years. And if, like me, you enjoy adventurous travel, wild places, you enjoy wildlife and biodiversity, you have a curiosity about cultures and geology, then really there is no better place to travel. It's the size of Britain, but with only 4 million people, so there are lots of empty places to explore within a couple of hours of the capital city, Muscat. And I don't think I've locked my door in 19 years, really. It's Oman is just a sort of an oasis of tranquility in a region that is many people think is very volatile, but Oman is so peaceful. Many people look upon it as the Switzerland of the Middle East. And the foreign minister spoke in Oxford recently, and the title of his talk, I think, was something like speaking to everyone for the good, speaking to anyone for the good of everyone. And that's Oman's stance, really, everybody's friend. And you know, those of us who are fortunate to live there and to travel there, it's just heaven, really. It's just a great place. So the Jewel of Arabia expedition that is going to travel down the coastline of Oman, it's following a famous British explorer called Bertram Thomas, awarded medals of the Royal Geographical Society, Royal Scottish Geographical Society, the American Geographical Society, the Sultan of Oman, and those medals were awarded for his 1930 crossing of the biggest sand desert on Earth, the Empty Quarter. But we're following a journey he did 2 years before that down the coast of Oman. But we're just using that route as a handrail, because that route connects a lot of Oman's top biodiversity hotspots. Thomas wrote a book at the end of his travels called Arabia Felix, and we think the word Felix roughly translates into Arabia the bountiful, the prosperous, and he's really referring to the southwest corner of Oman, where the monsoon, which hugs the coast of Yemen, spills over into Oman and turns southern Oman into, for 3 months of the year, a real green oasis, which is the home of frankincense and Arabian leopards. It's quite extraordinary. Weaver birds' nests that, like you would have in East Africa, swinging under the trees in southern Oman. But the start of the journey, which is the most easterly point of Arabia, Ras Al-Had, it's where the sun rises first over the entire Arabic-speaking population. There are thousands of turtles nesting there. Our journey will take us past areas of tens of thousands of migrating birds refuel on their way from Africa to Asia. We'll pass areas of mangroves, areas of great archaeology, enter the frankincense zone, where frankincense once had a value much more than gold. Today it's a key ingredient of one of the world's most luxurious perfumes. So there are so many stories of Oman's rich biodiversity and innovation, and the increasing number of young Omanis engaging in the environmental arena. There's so many opportunities for us to use an old journey, but to use modern technology to share that via podcasts and social media as we travel, via satellite connection or whatever. So we'll travel with camel, we'll have four-wheel drive support to enable us to cover ground quickly, to visit points of interest, but the whole idea of Jewel of Arabia is to really raise awareness of this incredible country that, you know, it's my opportunity to give something back to a country that's given me so much. And it's not just biodiversity, it's putting the spotlight on a country that is really innovative and has a very, very aggressive transition away from a carbon-based economy. I think the International Energy Authority wrote recently that Oman will be the 6th largest producer of green hydrogen in the world by 2030, and it'll be the leading green hydrogen producer in the Middle East. So it sees itself increasingly as a green energy hub. So stories like that, stories of incredible food, 7 languages, several of which are under threat of disappearing. There are so many stories that we can share, and the Jewel of Arabia gives us the platform to share and tell those stories.